ku sheegi karo magacayga waayo haddaan idin tusiyo waxyaalaha aan sameeyay ayaa reerkayga loo dilayaa aniga ma ku sheegi karo magacayga laakiin waxaan u baahanahay inaan ku sheego sheekadayda They call me kafir, an unbeliever, and this is my story. I'm a Somali, born and raised in the Horn of Africa. To be Somali is to be a Muslim. Our religion is our culture. Somali people are very close. We share everything. In our house, we had only one room, and there were 7 of us. We all grew up together, cousins, aunts, uncles, grandparents. We don't belong to our parents only, but to all our relatives, the whole community. Even those who are far, we are still part of each other. We depend on each other. When I was in secondary school, my father died. My uncle in the US took over the responsibilities of my family. He provided our food, our schooling, everything. This is our custom when the father passes. My uncle brought me to the city to live with his family, those who remained in Africa. He chose me out of all my brothers and cousins because he believed in me, that in the future I will be something. I will change the family, the community. Some people thought this was a mistake. They said, keep her in the village, find her husband. In the city, she might lose her way. In some ways, they were right. It was there, in that city, I met some people who would change the course of my life. I'd always been taught that everyone who is not Somali is Christian, that the evil we see on TV and movies is because they are Christians. But when I met my new neighbors, they were different. They called themselves Christians, but weren't drunkards or adulterers or immoral like I was taught. Even though they didn't know me, they welcomed me, sharing their home with me. I started thinking, no, we should be Muslims because we are very good, more than even a Muslim. I told them this and I started thinking, if these people are really Christians, what was it that I was told? Before every meal or activity we had together, they prayed. And for me, it was the first time I had seen that. It was different than what I had seen on TV. Sitting with them and listening and seeing it, I realized I wanted it. That's how I wanted to pray. That's how I want to do it. Except the part at the end where they said in the name of Jesus. That's the part I struggled with. They prayed about everything in their life, like they were talking to someone they knew, like a father. This led to many discussions about religion, about who God is, about who we are. They would ask me questions about Islam. I would ask them questions about Christianity. I would say, no, that's not Christianity. Then they would refer me to the Bible. We will read it together. But soon, I wanted to know more. I wanted to read it for myself. I asked for a Bible of my own. I read it in secret. And I remember I would read and read and read, and I just wanted to go on and on. But I struggled with who Jesus was. I was always taught that God is one. For God to have a son, that's blasphemy. He would have to marry, have a wife, and that's impossible. For me, I could not even listen to it. In the Quran, Jesus was only one of the 25 prophets of Allah, and God is completely different from the prophets. He is above the prophets. I cannot talk to him the way I talk to a pastor. In the Bible, they talk about God as somebody who really loves and cares about them and is with them. It's like a parent and a child. But for us, God cannot be like that. He is far from that. But I knew these two books couldn't both be from God. They couldn't both be true. The Quran says the Bible has been twisted and distorted. Yet, as I read the Bible, I was drawn to it, convinced of it. But I thought, even if this is true, there's no way I can accept it. I'm a Somali. There's no other world I can go live in. If I accept it, I will be killed. I won't have a life. I won't be married. I will be without a family. But the closer I got to my Christian friends, and the more I studied, the more trouble it caused for me and my family. They wanted to know where I was getting this all of a sudden doubt. You should not ask questions. Asking questions about Islam means that I was doubting. They locked me in. I was excluded in the family. I felt very alone. My brother made me watch videos, messages that said, "You can't be friends to Christians." These teachers, the sheikhs, they said you can't eat with them. You can't even shake hands with them. But those were all the things I was doing. And I told my brother, it's different than watching the video. But he wouldn't listen. You are shaming us. Are you doubting the teachings of the sheikhs? Are you an infidel? A kafir? My brother, my community, they turned against me. I was sent away from the city against my will. Back to the village, back to the desert. When I got to the village, the sheikhs were waiting. For 5 days, they passed around me, chanting the Quran, trying to remove the devil from me. They spit on me, they spit in a bowl, then made me drink and wash. They said it will purify me. But your heart has to accept. You have to want it for the prayer to work. But this time, I didn't. I was forced to. My heart was completely against it. I had no hope in these prayers. I didn't want this life they had planned for me, and I felt more helpless than ever. I thought my life was over. Is this my religion? Is this what I will be? I had to run away. My mother begged me not to go. No, we will suffer if you do this. Your uncle will stop supporting us, and we don't have anything. None of us. We will die. I pleaded with her. Just let me run away. I can't accept this life. And so, she let me go. I put on the sharer, the veil. This time, it was not to show my submission, but to hide my identity. It was my only way to escape, and I would have only one chance. I got the last ticket for the bus, but I had to run. My heart was just beating. They could come after me. Will I get away? In my heart, I was just praying that I could get away. But 2 hours outside the village, the bus broke down. Everyone got off. I just sat there. I could see the men under the bus. I could hear all the noises, but I was frozen. I was thinking, they are coming to get me. I have never felt more helpless. But then I remembered the things I read about Jesus, the miracles he did. I remembered all those talks with my Christian friends about how he healed the sick, how he brought the dead to life. If it really is true, then he can help me. All my hope was in this prayer. If you are really the Son of God, God of miracles, can you save me? For the first time I prayed in the name of Jesus. And then I felt it, a hand on my shoulder, a whisper in my ear. Yes, it's true. I turned to see who had spoken. I couldn't see anyone, but I knew he was there. Jesus was there. I wasn't alone. I wasn't afraid. And that's when I had it. There were shouts of joy all around me. The bus was fixed. A few moments later, we were moving. My prayers were answered. Somehow, I was saved. I made it safely back to the city, the place where I live today. And yes, I'm still a Somali. I don't have to dress differently or eat different foods. But some things are different. In many ways, I am a woman without a country, without a family. I am a Somali Christian, a contradiction. And it hasn't been easy, especially those first years, moving from house to house, the threats, the loneliness. Following Christ cost me everything, but it was worth it. Among my people, there is a proverb: I and Somalia against the world. I and my clan against Somalia. I and my family against the clan. I and my brother against the family. I against my brother. But I don't believe this anymore. Now I pray for different things. I pray that God will redeem the Somali people. They are not the enemy. They just need to know the truth. I pray that my people would know the Jesus of the Bible. I pray that other believers around the world will remember Somalis, that they will pray for them and intentionally go to them, like my Christian friends did with me. And I pray that Jesus will restore my relationship to my family. I miss my mother and sisters. I miss my brother.